Recently, I was tasked with taking a group email and converting it into a user-friendly list. So open the email, I select the contacts, copy, paste into Excel, and this is what I get. This long text string, it's not user-friendly. In fact, if we open up the formula bar, take a closer look, it just keeps going. But the good news is that there's a pattern and every contact is separated consistently with the same character. In this case, it's a semicolon. But it means that we can use Excel's text to columns feature to very quickly, very easily parse out the meaningful information. And best yet, it means that we don't have to do a lot of retyping. That's what I really like. So we select the cell. On the ribbon, we choose Data. We're going to click on Text to Columns. We want to make sure we're using delimited because it's a recurring character. We choose Next, and then we're going to choose semicolon. Although, quick shout out to comma, because these days a lot of lists are in the CSV format or the comma separated value format. You see that a lot. But in this scenario, it's semicolon. We check that. And down below in the data preview, we can actually see logical separation. That's a really good sign. We'll choose Next. We could do some pre-formatting or just skip that, Finish. And now every contact has been separated into its own discrete cell. We can see in the formula bar that we have unique contacts. Okay, next step, we need to transpose or convert this list into a vertical list. So let's do a Control-Shift-Right arrow to select that range. We're going to copy and then right-click and paste special transpose. And as you see, transpose will convert horizontal to vertical or vertical to horizontal. And let me just delete that top row. There we go. Next step, let's get the email, text to columns. We have a delimiter. This time it's an other character. It's that angled bracket. That was easy. And to get rid of the angled bracket at the end of each email, we're going to use text to columns again. In fact, there are some functions out there like left and len that allow us to remove the characters at the end. But when the last character is the same, why not use text to columns because it's a lot faster. And another thing we want to do is do some fixing up of the spaces. And there's actually two things going on. First of all, there's the first name, the last name. Let's separate those out into two separate columns as possible. And second, at the end of each entry, there's actually this extra space. We want to trim that space. Now, if we were to run the text to columns right now in column A, we would lose our email because it would overwrite what was in column B. So let's drag and drop, and then we'll run the text to columns after, space, finish. And we can double check, and yeah, we got rid of those extra spaces. We got some first names and last names that have been put back together. That's really good. And you know, we will have to do a little bit of retyping and some manual work, but it's definitely a lot faster than what we came up with, right? Now, the one thing I'm noticing though is that Delavera should have been one name with spaces. So we're going to use the concatenate function to put this back together. It's kind of like the reverse of text to columns. Let's press Tab to select that function and then click, comma, click, comma, click, enter. So far, so good. We'll select the formula and we'll come up here to our formula bar after the comma, and we're going to add some spaces back in. Look at this, quote, space, quote, comma. These quotation marks are allowing us to add text strings. In this case, it's a really simple text string. It's just a space. And then we could press enter, or we could check the item, and we want to paste this as a value. So we're going to copy and then right click, paste special as value. And there you go. In just a few minutes, we were able to take a text string and then using Excel's text to column tool and some other tools very quickly get all the valuable information so that we could repurpose this into a user-friendly contact list.